You may now begin your presentation.
At Enactus Leeds, we believe in the power of entrepreneurial thinking.
Our vision is to provide sustainable solutions to real needs.
Our vision is to create opportunities.
Our vision is to empower individuals.
Because at Enactus Leeds, we believe that together we can transform lives.
Representing our 75 members, we are
Rachel,
Claire, Madani,
Zara, Izzy, Rachel.
and on technology, Rachel.
This year, we have expanded 3 of our projects and started 2 new ones.
We have created our projects with determination. Considering social, environmental and economic factors, we've made a real difference in both local and international communities.
We'd like to introduce you to the framework we use to build and develop our projects. Need, solution, success and future.
Let us introduce you to our first project, Consulting You.
In recent years, we have witnessed the decline of Headingley High Street, the closure of the largest residential halls and the opening of the new Trinity shopping complex has diverted shoppers into the city centre. The result? A lack of demand for those once ample custom and a loss in revenue exceeding £30 million.
This has had a detrimental impact on small independent businesses. Our research revealed many were struggling to survive.
These businesses were eager for a collaboration that would protect what for many is their sole source of income.
Established in 2011, Consulting You aims to transfer business and economic concepts to help sustain and improve the profits of small local businesses.
Over the past 3 years, we have worked with 10 businesses, empowering the owners to create financial stability in a time of economic decline.
The Consulting You framework enables us to address the individual need of each unique business.
Step 1. Identify. Forming part of our needs assessment, we enter into discussions with the business owners, identifying any difficulties they may face and their future goals and aims.
Step 2. Analyse. We undertake customer research in order to gauge both public perceptions and expectations of the business.
Step 3. Address. We take a collaborative approach with our beneficiaries in order to ensure both short and long-term growth.
Working to consistently improve our project, this year we've introduced an additional step, reduce. Considering environmental factors, we now provide energy consultancy services to our beneficiaries.
We've used our framework to address the needs of 2 local businesses, Slips Deli and Deborah Charity Shop.
Let us demonstrate this process through the example of Slips Deli.
Approaching businesses along the Headingley High Street, we met Lisa.
Lisa is the proud owner of Slips Deli, an independent family-run sandwich shop. She had invested everything she had into her business, but after 16 years of trading, business failure had become an impending reality. Slips Deli had been operating at a loss, leading her to turn to her father for financial support. Her 5 employees were at serious risk of unemployment, and Lisa's confidence was deteriorating.
Hearing Lisa's story, we felt compelled to do something.
We identified 3 main issues. 1. There were no consistent business measures in place. There was a decline in business, but Lisa was unsure where the loss was occurring.
2. The deli had an unstable customer base. The high turnover and constant movement of students affected Lisa's ability to build customer loyalty.
3. Lisa's lack of social media knowledge was preventing her from engaging with existing customers, and her lack of marketing strategies from obtaining new ones.
Analysing our market research confirmed a drop in footfall. We also discovered that trade was being lost to a more centrally located competitor and our university union.
We have taught Lisa how to measure footfall and average customer spends, enabling her to successfully monitor the deli's future growth.
We have encouraged Lisa to build partnerships with other local businesses. This provides a platform for her to advertise to alternative groups, creating a more stable customer base.
We transferred our knowledge on how to effectively manage multiple social media channels, enabling Lisa to market her business online. We introduced tools that make this both effective and time efficient.
To build customer loyalty once you engage them, we have encouraged both promotional pricing and the introduction of the Slips Deli loyalty card scheme. We have also ensured card payment facilities.
To further diversify her market, Lisa now places discounts on bulk buys, encouraging orders from local offices. To support this, Lisa independently established a delivery service.
Lisa has now implemented both behavioural and practical energy saving strategies.
Our collaboration with Slips Deli has built strong foundations for Lisa's future success.
We have empowered Lisa to begin improving the economic prospects of her business. There has been a 14% increase in average customer spend, and footfall has seen a significant increase. In November, this is 148 per week, and in March, 197 per week.
Through the changes made to energy practice, we predict a reduction in Leeds' energy bill by £260 per year. This saves 2 tonnes of carbon dioxide, the equivalent of a flight from London to Sydney.
By protecting Lisa's central source of income, we have improved the standard of living for both her and her father.
By equipping Lisa with new skills and tools to enhance and strengthen Slivselly, we have boosted her business knowledge and confidence, substantially improving her quality of life.
Lisa's business is no longer making a loss. It has ensured the job security of her 5 employees.
We have also used our 4-step process to address the needs of Deborah Charity Shop.
We have empowered the manager Houdin to begin to implement marketing and layout changes. Donations have doubled over the past 3 months, and there has been a significant increase in footfall.
We provide all our businesses with tailor-made handover packs. These packs contain all the information used throughout the collaboration, as well as suggestions for their continued success.
Having been approached by other businesses eager for a similar collaboration, we intend to continue our work in Headingley and have already been working with Angel's Hairdressers. In the future, we plan to make our valuable resources available to all small businesses, allowing us to scale our project throughout the city of Leeds.
Going to the University of Leeds was a big thing for me because I was the first person in my family to go, and I went to study midwifery, but then sadly my husband became quite violent and we went into a refuge. We were in the refuge for 7 months, and my children did have problems. It did affect them psychologically with seeing violence and abusive behaviour from my husband, their father. And I just started drinking in the refuge, and that wasn't a good thing, and I carried on drinking when I came out.
And it's not just Bev.
In Leeds, there are over 13,000 reports of domestic violence against women every year.
In Leeds, there is the highest number of rough sleeping women and the highest level of female re-offence in the UK.
In Leeds, we saw loneliness, desperation, and deep unhappiness.
It was impossible for us to ignore the social exclusion facing the women in our city.
We approached Together Women, a probation centre that offers a safe environment for vulnerable women like Bev. The centre provides access to basic support services, but we're unable to offer reintegration opportunities.
Our needs assessment confirmed that the greatest need was to address the fundamental issue of social exclusion.
Social considerations led us to discover that the main barriers to reintegration were isolation,
discouragement from failing to find employment,
and dependency on others for money, food, and safety.
We found that many of these women simply didn't have the confidence in themselves or their abilities. They were worried that a stigma surrounding their past and current situation would prolong their isolation, and for some, prevent them ever finding employment.
Taking a collaborative approach with Together Women, we built a project to break down these barriers and provide the reintegration opportunities these women so desperately needed.
Let us introduce you to WISE, Women in Social Engagement.
Since it began 2 years ago, we have redefined our project, using feedback from previous beneficiaries in order to respond more closely to the women's needs.
This year, our new model has allowed us to address the social exclusion of 65 women in Leeds.
Our solution is built around an innovative 8-week programme that leads into a 4-week mentoring period. We identified the 8 skills most desired by employers as advised by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. These form the basis of our sessions.
Each week we focus on one key skill, such as communication in week 3 or professionalism in week 8.
Taking an entrepreneurial approach, we upcycle general household waste into unique craft. This provides an ideal platform for women to understand the transferable nature of these skills.
The craft activities create a common interest, encouraging social engagement and building confidence.
This dual framework enables us to build on both the skills and the confidence of all of our participants.
Environmental factors were closely considered as we salvage our waste materials from the homes of both our participants and our team.
We've additionally partnered with Miller Construction, salvaging waste furniture from their refurbishment site
site, preventing it going to landfill, ensures a sustainable source of materials to use in our upcycling workshops with these women.
The crafts made during these sessions are sold online and at local events. Involving the women in this process provides an opportunity to transfer basic business skills and knowledge, such as website management.
Alongside this, the women have the opportunity to access one-to-one employability mentoring, giving them the chance to improve and create their CVs and strengthen their interview technique.
Building relationships with these women, we discovered that some suffer from a range of mental health issues on top of criminal convictions. We run sessions with a local enterprise Seagulls reuse, enabling the women to ask questions about mental health and convictions in the workplace.
A further social consideration was to address negative stigma surrounding these individuals when applying for jobs. We invited 3 employers down to our sessions to meet these women, and on Thursday we're meeting with an ITV representative who wants to make a documentary about our sessions to help us further break down this stigma.
As women begin their job-seeking process, they can access the Wise Empowerment Fund. Also new this year, this subsidy helps them with travel costs to interviews and any further training. The fund consists of the money generated from the selling of their crafts.
The dual framework of WISE enables us to best address the issue of social exclusion, the skills women develop for employment in reach, and the experience, the confidence to seek them.
Observing the growing success of WISE, I went down to Together Women to meet our beneficiaries. Participating in their craft activities, I was reminded of a small community that I had visited in Lugazi, Uganda. I spoke to our beneficiaries about the issues facing a good friend, Pastor Sam.
Sam had built a small crafts enterprise in an attempt to mitigate the effects of extreme poverty in his community. They make and sell basic traditional crafts, and the money generated is reinvested into healthcare and education for those who need it the most.
The craft enterprise also provides an opportunity for social engagement for 14 vulnerable women living in this marginalised community.
Sam explained that the enterprise did not generate enough revenue to overcome their growing difficulties. A lack of business knowledge prevented Sam from improving profitability as he struggled to find any reliable custom, and his traditional craft lacked diversity in an already crowded market.
Speaking to the women at WISE as they came to the end of their 8-week cycle, they expressed a desire to help. Taking further steps to rid themselves of the undeserved stigma, they wanted to give something back. Our beneficiaries were empowered to transfer their knowledge to the women in Lugazi.
Environmental factors led us to build a solution to an international need that did not require air travel, preventing our contribution to 2.5 tons of carbon dioxide.
Following the needs assessment with Sam, the women at WISE have started creating step-by-step tutorials of how they upcycle waste. This transfer of knowledge is enabling the craft enterprise to begin diversifying its product range.
We have additionally transferred basic business skills such as sourcing, branding and pricing to Sam and the 14 women. This will enable the enterprise to reach a wider market.
They have begun building a financial base for a community in desperate need.
In the past 9 months, we run 3 cycles of WISE, directly impacting a total of 65 women in Leeds.
The programme has enabled the women to build up their own support network, directly improving their quality of life. They now meet up outside of our sessions, most recently taking a trip to the opera.
Through our upcycling initiative, we have salvaged over 250 plastic bags and prevented over 400 kilograms of waste going to landfill, more than the weight of all 7 of us.
Our programme has provided tangible experiences, enabling these women to grow in confidence whilst identifying and developing their skills.
15 women are now confident in using their CVs and are in a position where they can seek employment. After completing WISE in November, 2 women are now in full-time employment, leading to an improvement in their standard of living.
2 women are also enrolled onto local design courses at college, and 2 other women are in voluntary positions.
Our transfer of knowledge has been so successful that Bev and 2 others have been empowered to begin building their own online eco-craft business.
The WISE participants have enabled Pastor Sam and the 14 women to begin expanding the Lugazi craft enterprise.
The first tutorial has led the women in Lugazi to upcycle over 300 plastic bags. The products made will generate 300,000 Ugandan shillings, enough money for a term's worth of education for 6 children.
Before they began WISE, 65 women in Leeds struggled to help themselves. Having completed our 8-week programme, they have not only transformed their own lives, but they have also begun transforming the lives of others.
We have moved these women away from damaging lifestyles into positive futures. building resilience and developing strength.
Coming together with my project and doing WISE has been brilliant. As soon as I came in, I just thought this feels like a second home. You know, really comfortable, lovely place, that you feel surrounded by people that are caring and supportive. Coming to the WISE group has helped me mix with other people. It's just been wonderful for me. I've really enjoyed it. I'm enjoying it, and I've learned a lot of skills from it that I can use in everyday life. So that's good, yes, okay.
But what if this never needed to happen?
What if there was another solution?
Early intervention can prevent social exclusion. We decided to further expand WISE to tackle the root of the problem, working with those most at risk.
Based at the Hunsick Club, WISE Roots aims to replicate our successful WISE sessions. We have added new, vibrant elements in order to empower 10 young women aged 14 to 19 to take positive steps to their futures.
This year, WISE Lugazi and WISE Roots have directly impacted a total of 89 women.
We have ensured a wider impact, a sustainable impact, and most importantly, a life-changing impact.
We are not just Leeds projects. Enactus Leeds is a strong, sustainable team of 75 members. Together, we've utilised our own skills to build, develop and expand 5 sustainable solutions to real needs.
We have directly impacted 110 people.
We have empowered 12 individuals.
Our work has benefited over 5,000 people.
We are proud of the difference we've made to the lives of our beneficiaries.
We are
Enactus Leeds!
Questions from judges?
Sal has one in, what's it? Can you explain the business model behind the UK WISE, the waste development project? I didn't quite understand how that was going to make money.
Yeah, the WISE project isn't actually a commercial venture. We do generate a little bit of profit. At the moment, we've generated £45, and that goes into an empowerment fund that the women can withdraw from for transport to further training or to jobs. And the enterprise that Bev and the two other women have started is in its very early stages. But what they've expressed a desire to do is to actually raise money for the women that they're in a group with to go out on days out.
Just a question really about Headingley High Street and how will you prioritise which retailers you choose going forward? If you chose anybody on the High Street, how would you go about it and what filter would you put that decision through?
Okay, so there was a survey done by the Beauty Poll and Relief Charity, which signified £30 million loss of revenue, and this was contributory factor was a 2,500 loss of students. And so we already know it's an area of decline. So we go out to the businesses, network, talk to them, see if we can form a partnership with them. Then through the first initial stages of needs assessment, we look through their accounts, their goals, what they want to achieve, and see if we can partner with them to reach their goals and form a perfect collaboration.
More questions?
A question from Headingley High Street again. You said that you effectively deliver toolkits and packs to the individual business owners that you've worked with at the point you then stop working with them. How do you decide when you stop working with them?
Yeah, so what we do is throughout the whole process, we're in constant talks with if we're reaching their goals and if they can actually reach their goals on their own. It gets to the end of the year, so the natural and active year, and we say, would you like to continue the collaboration, either with the existing team or a new current team put in place to match that business's needs. If they want to continue the collaboration to further increase their success, that'll do it. But if not, we provide them with these handover packs so they can sustain their business on their own. And at any point you want any more mentoring, you can get back in touch with Consulting You at Enactus Leeds, and we can further improve their business.
We have time for another question.
Steve Ishwood, AGR. You talked very briefly about Wise Routes and dealing with young people. Can you just explain a bit more how you, because they're a very different group of people compared to the women you were dealing with. Can you just tell us a little bit about what you're doing to tailor Wise to a younger audience?
We used a similar framework with Wise One. We found that developing confidence and building skill sets were still relevant to this age group, just tailoring it to a younger demographic. To tailor it to the younger age group, we've added vibrant new elements such as the upcycling post.
Still have time for a question? If you don't have one, that's fine. One at the front.
Richard Bartlett from RBS. Could you talk a little bit, in a little bit more detail about the technology transfer to Wise Legacy, and in particular, sort of what the tutorials enable people to do differently?
So with Wise Legacy, the idea is that we're going to diversify their product range. At the moment, they've just created traditional craft, which is already surplus in the area. So our transfer of knowledge is the Wise participants in Leeds are making hats of the craft that they're making in this country, and we're sending it across to Master Sam and the women so that they can begin using the waste materials that are available to them in their district and to diversify their product range in that way.
Presentation time has expired.